Hey there, welcome back. Happy New Year's Eve. So, a quick TLDR for chapter 88, the previous chapter. Legacy cross dressed in drag and went to go meet Louis at a bar and basically got Louis to agree to come to see him during uh, the New Year's Eve fight with Riz. So, Louis might possibly be there. It's highly likely Louis is going to show up because, Louis is a bro. So, yeah, that was pretty much the TLDR. So, we are going to get into chapter 89 as we move on. We get closer and closer to that New Year's chapter. It is New Year's Eve here. Happy New Year's wherever you're at. Let's jump right into it. Chapter 89. Stains on a chopping board. Traces of a dream. Who's cooking these steamed tomatoes? Steamed tomatoes? Who cooks? Come to think of it, I haven't seen any character in this manga cook anything. Lift the tomato up. Oh, it's Riz. Oh wait, so is this gonna be a Riz chapter? That'll be interesting. Cause we haven't spent any type of time with Riz. We saw a brief flashback while he was fighting, but yeah. Let's see. Lift the tomato up. When you've got the tomato out of the ice water, use your nails to peel it open. Oh, so he enjoys cooking. Like now that he's had like herbivore meat, though, I wonder like. Oh wait, so since we're in the perspective, we're with the character who's actually eating a herbivore. I wonder if that's impacted like how he like everything else he eats now. Because Going mentioned like meat withdrawal, and if you've done it once, you're likely to kill again. I wonder. I wonder if that's gonna be a thing. Let's see. Does he have cravings for something different? What's he making? What you doing, Riz? I've steamed the tomatoes and I don't want the curry to have any tomato skin. Sorry, I'm gonna need you all to wait a bit more. Oh, so he likes to cook. Don't worry, we'll wait. There are small kitchens in each dorm that can be borrowed through reservations. Okay, I understand that. I used to do that. Okay. Don't worry, we'll all wait. I cook for my roommates. Wow. The more we spend time with Riz, the more I just find him relatable. Even though he's like the main antagonist at this particular moment, like, because just small stuff like this that humanizes the characters, stuff that you can relate to. Like when I was at school, I cooked, and I cooked for my roommates, and I cooked for my residents, and I loved doing it. This is just so familiar. Like down from the kitchen setup, like this entire place, down from the kitchen setup, um, the round tables that you have in like the apartment areas. It's just relatable. I just love seeing moments like this, moments where you just have a minute to calm down and just chill with the characters. Like, no world ending stakes. It's just them going about their life. And, you get to see their interpersonal relationships here. Because we don't know these guys. We've only hung out with, like, Louis, and who has a lot going on. We've hung out with Legacy, who has his own inner demons he's dealing with. Like, we've hung out with Haru, who had it rough. We've hung out with Doeen, who is absolute bro. Like, I like seeing stuff like this. This is serving to like humanize Riz, or maybe not. Let's see what's happening. Cooking calms my heart down. We're best friends, Riz. Okay, so notice how if this, I know this is supposed to illustrate that this is a flashback, but look how this is designed. This gives me the impression that he's remembering it how he wants to remember. Like things aren't as they are, because we know this didn't happen. Chapter one, and we got the side by side comparison when it got revealed that he was the killer. That you know, this is just an apparition he made up in his head. Cooking calms my heart down. It makes me remember clearly of Tim and that night. Eating is the celebration of life. I'll accept every part of you, Riz. This isn't what happened. And even to this day, this is still how he's how he's trying to cope with what he did. There it is. That's the word, cope, right? He ate his friend, and man, and it hurt him. So this is the way. This is how he gets by, and this is how he rationalizes it. I bet he's gonna say this is how they solidified their friendship, and Tim is forever a part of him now. Just like Legosi ate that bug, right? And how the bug is forever a part of Legosi because he took it into himself. I bet that's the same way Riz thinks, although it's just more twisted. Like how can you compare lives like that? Compare Tim's life to a bug? You can't do that. You can't. That was someone close to him. That's someone you had a connection with, and you ate him. Not just kill him, you actually ate him like he was food. you know? But the messed up thing about it is, he is food. To him. But he was a living being, that's the thing. Anyway, Tim, when you were about to enter my mouth, you were smiling, weren't you? No, oh man. No, man, he was kicking and he was screaming and he was crying as you ate him. And he's saying that as a question. Like, notice, like right here, he doesn't remember Tim's face. More than likely, he closed his eyes when he did it. Because the entire time, Riz was blacked out. He was conscious, but he blacked out as he was doing it and woke up after the fact. So he knows darn well what he did. He's just in denial about it. That's the impression I'm getting from this. But that looks good. I want some curry. I want some curry rice now. It's tomato and soybean curry. Eat up. Thank you for the food. Your food's as good as ever. I wonder how it tastes in comparison to Tim. Is it good? Oh, how much curry powder did you put? It's still good, but the flavor is stronger than normal. It's making me thirsty. But strangely enough... Oh, sorry, I'll be more careful next time. Ever since that night, I began losing my sense of taste. This curry tastes like nothing. Oh, wow. So, I have my thoughts about that. Riz is losing his sense of taste. So, two theories. It's because he ate a herbivore. So maybe he's getting, like, his body is craving more herbivore meat, right? More live game, like live herbivore. Or I think my second theory, or it's the trauma of the act that's making him lose his taste. Because in real life, it's not unheard of for people who go through like extreme like emotional distress. Um, stress is kind of like a sickness, right? So it's not unheard of that people lose their like ability to focus, to like hear or to like see for a little bit, or they lose their sense of taste if they go through a traumatic event. Trauma affects people in different ways, is what I'm trying to say. And I feel like Riz, he's not the sociopath he's not like a psychopath that, he's kind of like portrayed as in the show. He actually has emotions because I keep going back to the scars he inflicted on himself. Self-harm. He felt guilty about what he did. And it's kind of contradictory, right? Because he says that, what Tim and I had, it was consensual. He wanted me to eat him, right? But deep down, because based off the evidence of what we've seen that he did to himself, he knows that isn't the case. So he's full of it. Peel time before bed. Ah, damn, I'm running out of strength restrainers. I can give you some of mine. I've already got some with me. Riz is offering his strength restrainers. Oh, he's not taking them so he can bulk up for his fight with Legosi. And so he won't be crippled by headaches while they're dueling. They're pills that decrease muscle mass. Bears over 2 meters tall are required to take these pills once every night. You keep those pills on you, Riz. That's impressive. Well, of course I do. You know what would happen if I skipped a day without taking a pill? I'd be able to tear off herbivore skin like tissue paper. If we ever neglect our pills, we could find ourselves swimming in a sea of blood. They're all scared in the back. Oh, I know, but we need to stay aware of our monstrous strength, us bears. He's saying that while BSing because he's not taking them. But it's weird though. You would think if Riz was like a lesser character, he'd be like, he would, I bet he would like convince the other bears, like, oh, you know, these pills are poisonous. We don't need them. We can be fine, self sufficient on our own, you know. We're not going to let society influence us. But I feel like he's saying that. So I'm probably reaching, but I feel like he's saying that so these bears don't experience what he went through. You know, a terrible accident. That's my opinion at least. I'm probably reaching when I say that. But given how we know how Riz thinks, somewhat, I feel like that would be in line with his character. Because he doesn't strike me as a bad guy, even though he's a bad guy, you know? Because even when he was fighting Legosi and after the fight, he actually showed that he's actually quite courteous by, you know, offering Legosi his shirt, helping him clean up the blood, and stuff like that. Anyway, but I ate Tim the alpaca consensually, which is how he became my one true herbivore friend. It's like how food ingredients offer no resistance. The act was gentle, peaceful, and consensual. But it wasn't. This is what he tells himself every night so he can get to sleep. Man, that sucks. Alright, 89 chapter 9. Page 9. 89. 89 page 9. Okay. My memories just become more beautiful. I'll never yearn for my sense of taste, as long as I never forget how Tim tasted. But this is what he tells himself. You know, I'm often reminded of the fact that Tim is dead. Alright, so this is a flashback. With Legosi saying that. Tim talked to quite a few carnivores in this club, right? What? Hey. You go on bringing up his death and now you're suspecting that one of us killed him? Have you gone crazy? Okay, so that's Bill saying that. It's funny how I can like hear the characters in my head and know exactly who's talking, even though they're not on like the page. Legosi, the Grey Wolf has been trying to find out the truth behind Tim's death. What are you saying? What's with those eyes? So he suspected Riz then. Okay. And this is him explaining it. And this is when he looked at Riz. Okay, so that's how he knew. Like, just subconsciously, it was him. And he looked at Riz and he looks down. So we're getting it from his point of view. So the scars on his chest, Legosi opened up old wounds both literally and figuratively by bringing up Tim's death. Because remember I told you about the ideological battle? It's a battle of ideology, right? What Legosi is saying about Tim's murder, it's in direct contrast as to the events that took place in Riz's head, right? Saying it was murder is in direct contrast to Riz's version, which was, oh, it's what Tim wanted. It was consensual. It was beautiful. When that, in reality, was not the case. And that's, look how he's holding his head down in, like, shame, and how he's looking at his hands, and how they're covered in blood. That's not beautiful. That's PTSD. And then, you know, snap back to reality. I knew it from the instant our eyes met. This male is trying to expose everything. He's trying to defile our friend. He's trying to defile my friendship with Tim. I will stop your murders if it's the last thing I do. So you're the one who killed Tim, aren't you? I'm gonna crush you for Tim. If this is how it's gonna be, then you're gonna have to become my new friend. Oh, he wants to actually eat Legosi. New Year's Eve, Riz. Don't think you'll continue living like this after this year ends. Huh. So we have salt. Oh, it's salty. So Riz can actually taste the salt now. Because he's not taking his strength restrainers, right? Actually, I think it's another thing. Okay, so in addition to the strength restrainers, I think it's more of a psychological thing. Because remember how when Tim was still alive and him and Riz were hanging out, how whenever they were hanging out, it helped with Riz's headaches, and eventually his headaches went away. I think this is that, just in another way, right? Like when he started connecting with people, like his symptoms lessened, right? And now he has his eyes on Legacy. Subconsciously, I think he thinks that him and Legacy have a bond, right? And because of that, and because of that supposed bond that he's like not very aware of, or he can't articulate it quite yet, his taste is coming back. It's that connection he's craving because he said it himself. He's lonely. They're the same, right? He's not wrong. The sugar tastes sweet and the vinegar tastes sour. I'm regaining some of my sense of taste. I'm already preparing my body for my duel of Legacy. My soul is throbbing. I'll confront you as my new self. After all. Oh, the fire. That's pretty sick. You and I are gonna have the fiercest friendship the world has ever seen. I wonder what a friendship with you would taste like, Legacy. Oh, that's gonna look beautiful when it's animated. I wonder what kind of music they're gonna use. But this scene is gonna be beautiful. It's so dramatic, intense, and look at the shadows, like from the fire, the intensity of the fire. Ah. Riz, you're making omelets today, right? I can't wait. That's right, I'm feeling pretty confident today, so look forward to it. Just loves cooking. Hey, is it me, or has Riz gotten bigger this past week? He's taking his pills, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he is. He keeps his pills on him at all times. It's just his growth spurt. Ah, he accidentally broke an egg. Ah, I barely even grabbed it. Mmm. A broken raw egg tastes wonderful. Tomorrow's the day of my duel with Riz. I'm going to sleep early today. That's the Legos he was training on his own. Riz is filled with bloodlust. The duel is drawing near. Okay. So, that was cool. That was an interesting chapter. I have so much to say about Riz. But I don't want to ramble on for too long. I won't reach too far. But, yeah, man. I want to see... I said it before, it's going to come down to a battle of ideology. Not just a fist fight, I feel. So the words, hopefully, we get the talk no jutsu, as I'll dub it. Um, yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna reach anymore. I will see you during chapter 9. It's been fun. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you later.